So sorry, I cannot pause video. So Mr. Rowe had come in and I just had to stop it and start a new recording. So when does the cosine equal 0? So remember, cosine is x. So it equals 0 here at 0, 1, and it equals 0 here. So it at 90 and 270 degrees, right? Because cosine is the x value. So I would write 90 and 270. Now for here, I would have to move the 1 and the 2. So I would subtract 1 and divide by 2. So when does the cosine of x equal negative 1/2? Because I'd subtracted the 1 and divided by the 2. So all students take calculus. So it is negative here. And in the 30, 60, 90, this is 1 and this is 2. So the adjacent over hypotenuse, that would be the 60 degree. But I'm in quadrant 2 and 3, so this would be 60. The related angle here would be 120. And the related angle here would be 240. So it would be 180 minus 60 and 180 plus 60. Those are your two angles. So I have these 4 angles that are solutions, but I have to convert them. So I'm converting all to radians by writing it over 180. So that would give me, this would give me pi over 2. 270 over 180 would give me 3 pi over 2. 120 over 180. Those are both divisible by 60, so that gives me 2 pi over 3. And 240 over 180, that gives me 4 pi over 3. And so those are my 4 solutions. All right, we are going to move on to 65 point B, which is the graph of logs. And so I'm actually going to grab some graph paper and we will go over this. So the graph of logs, remember logs are the inverse of exponential. So for example, if I graph y equals 2 to the x, the inverse of that is log base 2 of x equals y. Okay, so these are inverses of one another. It also means their graphs are an inverse. So let's do the one we know, exponential, because I'm going to have you use that to graph. So let's say I do -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I plug in a -2, that gives me 1 over 4. A -1 would give me 1/2. 0, 1. If I plug in 1, 2 to the first is 2. 2 squared is 4. 2 to the third is 8. Now, I'm going to put the graph right in the middle because I'm so cool. Alright, so the graph of this, -2 is 1/4, 1/2, 1, 2, 4, 8. And so here is an exponential. You guys, all my pens are running out and it just breaks my heart. So this is y equals 2 to the x. Now, if they are inverses, they're going to be reflections of each other, but you'll see that in a second. So now I'm going to do the log base 2. And I'm going to take this table and I'm going to flip it. So watch, I want to make sure I have enough room. 1/4, 1/2, 1, 2, 4, 8. And so then I'm going to write the y values over, or the x values over here. So I literally just flipped the exponential table. because this right here is now the exponent, and this right here is the answer. And so my graph should be, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8. So at 8, it is 3. At 4, it is 2. At 2, it is 1. At 1, it is 0 and 1/2. And so here is the graph of the log. Okay, so the blue, so this is y equals log base 2 of x. So notice the difference between your exponential. It is a reflection right through the middle, right where y equals x, because inverse equations are a reflection of that line. So when we go to graph logs, I actually build my exponential table and I flip it. So I'm going to do that in just a second. I'm just sorting through my papers. So here we go, number 1, graph the log base 4 of x equals y. So the way I do it to keep it really simple, especially if you're not doing this all the time and you don't have the practice, is I write the exponential version. And I'm going to keep it small. So to the -1 would be 1/4, 1, 4, 16. So that means that my log base 4 of x equals y, I'm going to flip that table because that's what I know about logs. So this would be 1/4, 1, 4, 16, and this would be -1, 0, 1, 2. So I literally flipped the x and y values, and that would give me my graph. You don't have to go to 16, but if you so choose, you can. You can always change the scale, right? This could be 4, 8, 12, 16. So I went by 2s. And I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep y with a scale of 1. So my graph, when x is 16, y is 2. When x is 4, it's 1, 0, 1, or 1, 0, sorry. And 1/4 is -1. And so here is my, I need to go get more pens. Sorry, I was trying to make that darker. All right, number 2. Sketch the graph of the log 3.5 of x equals y. So if you're not given a nice number, then you're probably going to need a calculator. And I'm going to do 3.5 to the x equals y. So -1, 0, 1, 2, maybe even 3. So if I plug that in, this would be 1 divided by 3. This would be 0.29. This would be 1. This would be 3.5. What's 3.5 squared? 12.25. 3.5 to the third is 42.8. Yeah, I'm not going to graph that. That's way too big. Then remember, in the log form, we got to flip this table around. So the log of 3.5x equals y. My table is flipped over. And let's see if I can find another pen. So 0.29, 1, 3.5, 12.25, -1, 0, 1, 2. And so again, that's how I do it. If you'd like to do it differently, it's fine with me. If you would like to just use Desmos or a calculator, but I base this on, I'm not going to go by, we'll go by 2s. No, let's do 3, 6. I'm not going to do this last point. So 3.5 is 1. This is 1, 0. This is 0.29 here. And that can be enough. For homework, 65, you're going to skip numbers 6 through 8, 16, 18, and 26. Thank you.